And Friday. So happy. Done with my 2 weeks. We're on the 27th. This is a full body, and this is in the style of an AMRAP. So what that means is as many reps as possible or as many rounds as possible, and we're all doing 15 minutes. So we have 10 swings, 10 crunches, 10 squat with press out, 10 renegade rows total. And when you do as many reps as possible, there is no rounds. You just keep repeating those same exercises until the timer goes off. So you obviously will eventually, depending, need rest, but you're not gonna plan that rest in like you do with a rounds. So you might be able to get, you might be able to run through that list 4 times or 5 times before you need a break, okay? Whereas most people, when they do rounds, they do the 4 or 5 things, then they take a break. Then they do the 4 or 5 things, and then take a break. So with this one, you wanna get as much as you can get done in those 15 minutes, okay? So if you pace yourself correctly, you might not need a break at all. So swings, crunches, squat with press out, renegade row. Swings. Oh. Crunch. Squat. Squat, press out. And renegade rows. So this one you can do with or without weight. This one is one that's difficult for me because of my wrist, but you could row, row, row. You can do it on your knees, or you can just row with a flat hand and no weight. Okay, swings. We have talked about this. If it just so happens that you haven't done any of the workouts with swings, I will briefly discuss it. So when you do a swing, you are doing a hinge at the hip. What that means is your butt is going toward the wall behind you. Your back is going to fold down toward the floor from the hip, but your back is going to be straight. Your knees are going to be slightly bent, so it's going to look like this. Up. So notice my butt is not dropping to the floor, and my back is straight. Take your weight between your hands. You can hold 2 weights like this. You can hold one by the top. Doesn't matter if you have a kettlebell, it's even better. So the weight is gonna go up between your legs, out in front. Up between your legs, out in front. This is what it looks like together. Squeeze your butt, back straight, perfect. Crunches, we've talked about crunches. This is just where your shoulders come off the ground, chin off of your chest. That's your crunch. Squat with press out. So this is your regular squat. You're gonna hold some light dumbbells in your hand. You're gonna hold them by your chest. You're gonna squat down, punch them out, in, up. Down, punch, in, up. Down, punch, in, up, down, punch, in, up. If you cannot do it with weight, just hit a regular squat, or you can squat, press out with your hands with no weight. Renegade row. So, as I was just explaining, this can be done with or without weight. Typically, when you do a renegade row, you are holding onto your dumbbells. So I'll show you a basic renegade row in kneeling, okay? You would be holding onto your weights and you would just row, row, row. So what I started doing was not holding them, because depending on the shape of your dumbbell, your weights can roll out from under you. So what I do is I put my hands on the outside of the dumbbells, I pick it up to row, I put it down. Pick it up to row, put it down, okay? So either way, you have weights, you're rowing up to your chest, pulling that shoulder back, you're doing a row, okay? So you just count to whatever number it is. Normally you would be in high plank, rowing. Again, like I said, this one kind of really bothers my wrist, but you can do it with no weight at all. So if you do it with no weight at all, you're just gonna basically be doing this. So to show you in kneeling position, it would look like this. And you can also do this off of a height, off your chair, okay? So that one, you're just gonna count up to 10. And the way that you count this, if you are interested in how many reps that you did, like I have a blackboard right here, what I would do is I would do 10, 10, 10, 10, quick tally, 10, 10, 10, 10, quick tally, and just keep tallying as I go along. Then when you are done with your 15 minutes, because you're just gonna set a 15-minute timer, watch the clock for 15 minutes. It's not a special timer, it's just 15 minutes. Once that's done, you're going to go back. If you're curious about how many reps you got done, you would go back, count your tally marks. So we had 10 reps. So if you got 8 tally marks in your 15 minutes, that means that you did each thing 8 times. So you would multiply your number of tallies by the number in front of your exercise, which is your reps, which is 10 for all of them. So that means you got 80 done. 80 of each exercise done in 15 minutes. So some people don't really care. They just do it and they don't tally. I always want to know how many I got done because I always kind of have like a goal in mind. So I always tally. I like to know. I always think it's really impressive how much I get done in such a short period of time, which is why I talk about the 15-minute rule and talk about just showing up, talk about just start it, because even if you only do something for 15 minutes, would you rather have done nothing or have gotten 80 of 4 different exercises done? I mean, that's a no-brainer. So that's why I like to count. If you're not interested, you're not interested. If you are interested and you are still confused by how to count them, message me and I will let you know. But this is the end. I can't believe, well, it's not, it's May like 3rd right now, but this is the end of May. And hopefully by the time you're watching this, we have really nice weather and we're even more tan and happy because of the good weather. And I'll see you possibly in June.